Can I just say that it is such a Monday today? It is such a Monday. It's not anything like huge going wrong necessarily, but all of these little things keep happening, and it's like, hi, I'm Monday. I'm just gonna like mess around with you for a bit because I can, and I'm Monday, and that's what I do. Ah! Hello, zine friends! I am back. I am back. If you are new here, I am your fluffy zine enthusiast from rural Australia, sitting here doing a thing, talking about zines and all that stuff. And today, I need to talk. Can we just talk and have a chat and things like that? Because I am back. I did not expect to be away. I did not expect to go away. It's just... So hi. This is going to be a chatty video. I don't have any B-roll. I would like to have some B-roll, but one of the things that keeps going wrong is I keep trying to get a camera mount, well, a phone mount that will face downward so I can get B-roll of like folding zines and creating zines and things like that, because I feel like, you know, some visual variety would be a good thing. Right? I mean, here's me face. I hope that's okay, because that's like, and I didn't have the arm come in that I wanted to, and I was just like, oh, okay. So I wanted to go outside, and it's like super windy, and not even having my lapel mic will help with that wind, and it's really, really cold. And speaking of cold, if you hear some sort of like a light buzzing in the background, I am so sorry. I've placed it as far away from the mic as I can, but I have a space heater on because it's cold. And yeah, I should probably wear something with, you know, shoulders, but it's been a Monday and I just want to feel nice. Anyway, so hi, welcome to my first chatty video. Well, I mean, all of my videos are chatty, let's face it, but this is a purely chatty video, which had a lot of different intentions and everything like that. But here we are anyway. So hi, in the great cliche words, it's been a while. So when did I last make a video or post or anything? That would probably be the beginning of August. And yeah, it's been in August. The universe decided that me entering year 36, definitely, or being 36, I think it's your maths, whatever. Anyway, being 36, the universe decided, nah, I'm not gonna slow my roll. It's been a bad year, but we're just gonna keep going on. So, on my birthday, so I had my day procedures the week before my birthday, and I was really excited to have those done with, because they were kind of the last round of big testing before I could, like, okay, have a list. These are your issues and these are how we're going to treat them. It was a kind of better safe than sorry testing thing, and I'm happy to say it all looks very clear and very good, and I am alive and all of that stuff. I also had a follow-up appointment with the specialists who are looking after my autoimmune side of things, and that is looking positive as well. The medications are working, and there is hope that I can put this into remission and not have to be on medication for the rest of my life. I mean, there is no, we're going to be taking you off yet, or we're going to be taking you off in 6 months or whatever like that. There are no deadlines as such, but it's basically, we can just, you know, monthly blood tests and check in with you every 3 months to see how things are going and assess every 3 months. So I'm very, very happy that my blood tests are showing that things are going well. So yes, I did have some good news. And that was the day before my birthday. And then on my birthday, yeah, I got the specific virus. The virus that many people have had already. It didn't really hit Murray Bridge until this year. I mean, it came to Murray Bridge last year, I think. But surprisingly, yeah, it's only really kind of like dug in this year. So, I mean, we've been very fortunate with that. And, but yeah, I got it. And it hit me like a train. It was freaking awful. It was incredibly painful, fever, all of that stuff. And because I'm immunocompromised, woohoo, like I had to stop some of my medications. I had to call around and get on antivirals ASAP. All that stuff. Thankfully, I didn't have to go into hospital. I was able to be treated at home, and I had the antivirals fast enough that I almost got to a point where I went to emergency a couple of times, but I basically had the time and space to rest. I had the antivirals, and I was able, the timing of it wasn't the greatest because one of my medications is an injection that I do once a week. And so it kind of hit right after I got did my injection, which wasn't ideal, but pardon me for a cough jump cut. Pardon me, still have a little bit of a cough going on. So yes, obviously the timing of these things is never awesome, but yeah, it felt like a lot. And the thing is that I feel like this year has been a lot of that. It's been a lot of like, wham, like I don't even get to get back on my feet, on my knees, let alone back on my feet, and like something else is kicking me down. And this year has just been that after that after that. So I don't know what it was, especially about this. I mean, when I first tested positive, when I first was feeling like not great and then tested positive, it was terrifying to me because I was like, I don't want to go to hospital. I am immunocompromised, but I don't want to go to hospital. I was like, no, no. But it was amazing. Local GPs were amazing. They faxed everything, and so it was all like contactless delivery, pickup, etc., for medication. So thank you, local doctors. Thank you. And thank you, grocery delivery, because oh my goodness, like you can't go out. And it was also, my birthday was also like grocery day. So I was kind of like, okay, what do? I need food. So thank goodness. So I've gone off on a bit of a mental tangent, verbal tangent. But what I mean to say is that, what I was meaning to get to is that it hit me physically. It was I know some people are asymptomatic, some people, but I had the lot, except I maintained my sense of taste. I lost my sense of smell, and it's still not great. But that's fine because it makes doing the cat litter so much easier. I'm just going to put that out there. It really does. So, I mean, like, silver linings. It's a weird one, but it's a silver lining, and I'll take it. But along with, like, the physical symptoms that really just got to me, especially because I spent so much of this year in pain because of my autoimmune disorder, like all over body pain, to have that come back and to not be able to take one of my medications because I had COVID, it was really hard. And as much as all this hit me physically, it hit me mentally very hard. I just, like, I had a little bit of a cry and everything like that, because I was hurting, and then the fever and all this stuff. But then I was actually I think I was in the middle of the round of antivirals, and I was kind of like, okay, is this going to get worse or is it going to get better? It was that weird middle ground. And I was just laying there, and I knew I was anxious, and I was trying not to think about stuff. I had my music going, and I was just trying to just relax, and I just broke. I just absolutely shattered. It all came flooding in. Like, this entire year It's actually started like late December with, well, it actually started last year, November, if I go all the way back to like having strep throat, which kind of was the beginning of this huge snowball of not niceness that has been happening in my life since then. Pardon me, another cough. Sorry about that. Anyway, so yeah, it's been a huge thing, and every time I think like the snowball's slowing down or I'm able to kind of regain my footing in any way, it just something else kept happening. And it's been awful, but I have I wouldn't say I'm obsessed with going forward, driven forward and stuff like that, but I have been trying again and again this year to say, okay, this happened, but now I'm back and I'm doing stuff. And I keep saying that, and things keep popping up, and it got to me. It finally all just hit at the same time. And of course it was hard. It was ridiculously hard. As depression and anxiety and panic attacks and all of these things are hard. It was ridiculous, but I also, and I know that I'm going to annoy some people saying this, and I'm sorry if you are someone I'm annoying by saying this, but I think it needed to happen. I think that I have been so focused on, okay, I got to get back up and get going. I have to get back up, like just not looking back for even a moment. And like, I know I have made vlogs and stuff like that looking back, but generally it's all been move. Like, I have to get back. Like, I'm like this panic over losing seagreenzines traction, I guess. This panic over losing my health. For instance, because of the pain, but because I needed to have basically these conditions, these symptoms happening for a set amount of time before they could treat me, before it could be considered chronic, I had to be put on steroids, and I spent months on steroids. And because of that, like, I packed on some weight. Like, you can see it in these chubby cheeks. I'm not taking a shot at myself. I do not believe in taking a shot at myself. You know, I got my body issues. I don't need to I don't need to like be doing that, take a shot at myself. But and I stacked on weight, and which didn't help the pain, and all of this stuff happened. And I've gotten way off track. But I think it was hard, but I think it had to happen finally. It had to happen for me. I guess I'm the kind of person where it had to happen in a rather dramatic fashion, because I wasn't stopping, at least not mentally, to acknowledge anything. I'm trying to collect my thoughts as I'm on camera, because that's the way to do it. It needed to happen. I don't know that I needed to break as such, but something needed to make me stop and slow down, because it's not about poor me. It's not about getting caught up in like the, oh, woe is me, the world is bad and stuff like that. It is finding a place within that acknowledgement, going, this has sucked. 2022, that is this year, right? 2022 has been one of the worst years of my life. One of the absolute worst years of my life. And there have been years where I have been on treatment because I was precancerous. So this is like really high up there on the list of suctitude. Sorry. Yeah, it's just, but I needed to stop and go, listen. I needed to go and look at all of the mud spatter on me and go, okay, this happened. And I'm not going to just go sit in the mud puddle and be like, well, I'm covered in mud anyway, and I just feel sorry for myself and stuff like that. I needed to stop and be like, okay, there is this muck happening and everything. And it's not It's not a means to facilitate, okay, I'm moving forward again, because that's what got me here in the first place. It's not like, oh, I need to acknowledge and then I can just get back to where I was, because that's not going to happen. That has been a big thing of it. I had to stop. I cried. I sobbed. I just laid there and existed for a while and went, well, goodness, this has sucked. And usually that would be my prime time to go, okay, so what are we going to do about it? And in a way I have done that, but I'm not approaching it in the same way that I usually would. Usually I'd be like, okay, I have to get back to work. My to-do list is waiting, and seagreenzines is waiting, and I have all these things, and I've got all these zines to review, etc., etc., etc. And if this has taught me anything, this year has been, I mean, I know I've been saying it so many times, but this year has been exceptionally awful. And like, I know I could compare to a million other people who have it so much worse, but it's not about comparison. It's about the life that I'm living, because I'm in this body, I'm dealing with my things. And yes, I am dealing with things that are relatively so much easier than other things, but that doesn't make it any less harder for me. That sounds really like entitled and everything. I don't mean to sound entitled or anything like that, but it's something I've had to acknowledge. So will friggin' slow down and realize that I'm not who I used to be last year, 5 years ago. I'm not who I was when I started seagreenzines and was absolutely work obsessed to the point where nothing existed out of building seagreenzines and everything like that. I am who I am now. I'm here. I'm recently 36. I want the same, similar things, but different things, and I have different priorities now. A beautiful thing in all of this has been my dedication to seagreenzines. Insofar as if there was any year, if there was any time where I go, no, I'm done. I'm hanging up my hat. I have had a good run. Seagreenzines has existed for over a decade, and that's saying something, and I'm proud of what I built, but I'm done. I could have said that. This would have been, I think, a very reasonable time and year to just go, okay, it was good while it lasted. But the thing is, I don't want to do that. I know what seagreenzines can be. I know what I want it to be, and I'm still here and I'm still dedicated. So I think, I mean, I don't know, maybe that's not surprising to some people, or maybe it's not anything to other people, but I feel like there have been so many things that I've picked up and started and dropped for various reasons, that to have seagreenzines going for so long, and for me to continue to have such passion and dedication to making it what I know it can be, it's reassuring to me that I'm doing the right thing. This is still my passion. This is still what I want and who I want to be. So that was reassuring of itself, in and of itself. I mentioned priorities though, and I can't be work obsessed anymore. And again, it's not about comparison, because this would be dream work for somebody, like at home. Like, I mean, I've got pants on today, but I could be doing this without pants on. Like, not to give you a visual, I'm very sorry, but but like, it's cool. It is cool in a lot of ways. It's difficult in a lot of ways, but it still would be a dream for some people. But it's not some people. I'm doing it, and so I need to figure out, because you know, we each have our own lives. We spend so much time comparing to each other. Like, why don't I have that? Or why am I not like that? Why don't I have that energy? Why don't I have all of these things? We've spent so much time comparing, and we shouldn't do that. Because all the time that we're spending comparing to other people is time that could be much better used to self-discovery. self-discovery, self-acceptance, self-care, all of that stuff. Instead of going, la, 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 la. And I am so sorry because I don't know who said it, but there's a quote that I don't compare myself to anyone. I only seek to be better than a better me than I was yesterday, or something like that. And I wish I had it on hand because it's a beautiful quote and I love it. But yes, just seek to be even one iota closer to who you want to be than you were today. So anyway, bit passionate and all that stuff, but what I'm really trying to concentrate on and emphasize is that my priorities are going to be different, because the majority of why this year sucked has sucked so far has been health reasons. That's just what it comes down to. I got sick. I had a reaction. I resisted antibiotics. I got another infection. I had the autoimmune stuff and pain and all this stuff. And there's so much health stuff. There was other stuff that sucked. Don't get me wrong, and don't get me started on. Anyway. But yes, my priorities are going to be different because my health is. I've always joked about my health being fragile. Like I have the immune system strength of a wet paper bag. And Wander actually said to me the other day, "Oh, now it's a wet paper bag with a hole in it." Thank you, Wander. That's great. But just getting COVID and having it hit so hard and having that scramble for the antivirals and everything like that it's made me really realize how fragile my health is. And I know that I have been unhappy for quite a while because of all of the weight that I put on thanks to the steroid treatment. Now I'd do it again. I would do it again in a heartbeat because the steroid treatment that I was on got me through. I survived because of that. I don't know that I could have dealt with all of that pain without that treatment. And that was the only treatment that was available to me. Again, because it needed to be existing so long to be considered chronic. Anyway. So I'm doing the whole, I'm announcing it on YouTube, but I am making my health a priority. It will be a long, slow journey, but it's a journey that I need to take, and it's a journey that I need to prioritize, because there's nothing like having the bits and pieces scared out of you after a really long stinking year of health stuff to make you realize that, this is what you're inhabiting. You need to take care of it. And I have been exceptionally bad at taking care of myself. Like, exceptionally bad. Really bad. But yeah, it's been so much over this year and everything. Like, I've run such a gamut of surgeries and tests and exploration procedures and tests and treatments and things like that, and I'm so tired. I want to say spiritually, and I know that'll put some people off, but the essence of me is tired, and I know that part of it's my fault. I know that I could go into like the various conditions and how they make it more difficult and all that stuff like that, but boring. And I've made this quite the chatty video already, but all said and done, I think I want to put that out there just to be like, it's okay to check in with me on how my health is doing. I'm starting very slowly. I did like a stretching routine this morning, and my muscles were like, excuse me, you're using us like this now? What's going on? Are you okay? Like, my muscles were very concerned about my life decisions. I have an exercise bike to build. I'm thinking about saving up and seeing if I can afford a gym membership and all that stuff. And again, I want to emphasize, it's not, yes, I have body image issues. I do. But it's not because of those that I'm doing this. It's because of all these health problems. And it's because I don't feel good. Like, I've always been a bigger person. And there have been times I haven't felt great about that. And there have been times where I've been like, rock them curves. But I haven't been rock those curves in a long time, and definitely not at all this year, and not right now. And I don't like this, and I don't feel good. And I know that weight and weight loss is a very hot button topic, but I am doing it because I want to feel better, not for any other reason. Like, it hasn't even been like nobody's said anything. This is my decision because I want to feel good again, and I want to feel confident, and I want to, you know, I'm a broad-shouldered, big-hipped lady, you know. I'm always gonna have them curves, you know, but I want to feel good about what I have. And I'm already feeling really positive that I've made the decision to prioritize my health. I know that my bestie Black Wolf, she's going, girl, it is about time. I know she's doing that. And like, hey Black Wolf, I know you're watching. So yes, it is about time. But I'm doing the YouTube declaration because, yeah, I mean, I slip very easily. I'm not good at taking care of myself. And so anybody can feel free to check in and see how that's going. But, you know, I do tend to lose a bit of weight in my face. So if you see any changes in the coming months, then that's why. So yeah. Anyway, so big spiel, big chat, lots of ideas, lots of feelings, lots of strong feelings. But yes, if you know, the usual, if you've made it this far, but thank you so much for sitting with me. Thank you so much for allowing a chatty video, for bringing a chatty video into your life. Like I've said, I do love chatting, and I do miss the podcast, and believe you me, it's not far from my mind. Pause for cough. Again, sorry about that. Have a little bit of a cough. But I have great news. I tested clear today, so I'm so happy. I mean, because I have a bit of a cough, I'm still going to be like cautious and everything. But I tested clear, and I'm just over the mood. But yes, thank you so much for sitting with me in this chatty video. I really, really just wanted and needed to talk, and I appreciate that there are people out there who are happy to listen. I appreciate that so very, very much. And yeah, it's all good, and it's not all good, but like after collapsing and breaking and everything like that, I have hope again. And I hope the positive energy that I'm feeling goes out to all of you, because honestly, I'm just, as always, I'm so grateful. Everybody is so patient, especially with the ridiculousness that is my life. And I'm so surprised, so grateful, and just in debt to all of you with all of my heart. So thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I have a lot to do. I have a lot to catch up on. COVID hit when I was like halfway through my mail organization. So that's still, whoops, all over my desk and everything like that. So there's lots to do, but I'm very excited. I'm very hopeful, and I'm very grateful to all of you. So upward and onward, or just forward, or here and just enjoying the sunshine. I don't know. There may be directions we go in. We'll see what happens. So until next time, make some zines, have some fun, have a chat with a friend, acknowledge where you are, but also where you've been. And because you're badass. Yeah, I said it. So you're a badass, you are amazing, and just remember to acknowledge that. So until next time, spread a little sunshine.